welcome to this session and happy Diaspora Day. I now have the pleasure of calling on Mr. Kelvin Uwaibi, the Managing Director of Edo State Investment Promotions Office. Mr. Uwaibi.
Thank you, Esosa, and good evening all. It's a pleasure to be having this conversation with the Diaspora. The Diaspora is key to what we do in Edo State. We're very delighted to have everyone here today. Before I continue, I want to say to the head of service, thank you for being here. Also, let me not break protocol. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, he will be joining us hopefully shortly on this event. I just want to, before I even say anything, thank the Nigerian magazine. And I want to say this, part of what we are doing here today also signifies what they have been doing in the sense that when we were wanting to engage in diaspora, I called a few diasporans. They were the first to actually respond positively. And I want to quickly say here that the government of Edo State, we have not paid a kobo for this particular webinar. Is their contribution to making Edo State great again. So once again, thank you to Nigerian Magazine for being able to host this webinar in collaboration with the Edo State government. Be as it may, I also want to say that the diaspora is very key. And maybe for me, I'm a bit passionate about the diaspora, and also not because of my present, what I'm doing for government, but also because at one time I was a diasporan, and also understanding what diasporans can offer. So I'll give us an example. We did an analysis of the diaspora 2017. And in that analysis, we had found that the diaspora, Nigerians in diaspora had been contributing well over $22 billion to remittances. It may interest you to know that Edo in diaspora, and this was done with the development organization, had a chunk of about $6 billion in that particular remittance. And we observed that those fundings were going for both construction and consumption. We usually joke and say that when there's austerity, as you know it in Nigeria, there's no austerity in Edo State. And the reason is because of the diasporans. And looking at what we have today in terms of the fluctuation of the currency, you would have observed that the diaspora is playing a big role, even in spite of COVID-19, the COVID-19 pandemic. We just want to say thank you for this. Now for Edo State, also engaging diaspora, we have seen that the diasporans have come up, and this being in the field also with certain challenges. The agency, the Edo State Investment Promotion Office, was also set up to ease and enable the business environment, to facilitate investment, to attract investment into Edo State. It may interest us to know that Edo State before now, I'm talking about 500 years ago, had already been into investment and trade with the Portuguese. And that to show you the extent, we are already civilized and we already had our trade and investment all set up. What has happened? Over time, things have become, maybe because of the different structures that have come over time. But the Governor Godwin Obaseki-led administration is now looking at ensuring that Edo State come back to those glorious days. And I know what I'm saying. I've been privileged to be both in diaspora and at home. And I can tell you, we want to see what we enjoy in diaspora also come into Edo State. And we don't need to wait for it to be a country. We can do it as Edo, as subnational. And that is why you see most of what we are doing in Edo State today are also being emulated by some other subnationals or even the country. There are several things to show for it. We have the head of service with us here and other of my colleagues, which will be giving us the various investment opportunities in various sectors we have in the state. I just want to quickly reiterate that one of the major issues we have in terms of investment, we call it electricity, as we all know it. Edo State is also working towards that, ensuring that we have electricity. And we're also ensuring that we enable the business environment. So one of the things we want to do as an agency is to be able to have what we call investment facilitation or promotion ambassadors. That was going to come in within the year. We want to be able to get diasporans that will represent the state in whatever aspect, but I want to quickly state it here that it's voluntarily also. There's no money attached, because we are wanting to be able to harness the diaspora in what you're doing. We have also had diasporans talking about challenges when they want to do business in Edo State. This is very key for us. And even trying to aid to development. About a few weeks ago, a diasporan called and said he was wanting to do a particular project in his local government, and he was having certain issues. We try to resolve that as quick as possible. So the agency is also set up to be able to enable the business environment. And we also want to be able to hear from you issues that is relating to how you can participate in the investment opportunities in the state. And I can tell you there are huge investment opportunities in the state. So when we talk about diasporas, we're not just talking about those that live in overseas or maybe in Canada, US, England, and all of that. We're even talking about those that live in Lagos. They are diasporans, because with the IOM definition of diaspora, when you leave your ethnic location to any other place, you are a diaspora. So whether you are in Delta and you are an Edo person, we see you as a diaspora. And I want to say that this event is not just for only Edo people. We're talking about friends of Edo also. We want you to be able to come to the state and invest. I will stop here because I have very senior colleagues that will take us through today. And I can tell you that we are here for you. We are here to serve. We are here to ensure that your investments are secure. Thank you very much.